Cotton cola.
Hey everyone, Khan Kola here. So this is my review of the latest Netflix original film, Bright. Sorry about the wet hair. I'm kind of filming this video in a rush, and this video will also be kind of short. But I want to get this out of the way because I want to do one more review before 2017 ends, and that review will be of Bright. So Bright is directed by the same guy who did Suicide Squad and written by the guy who also wrote Victor Frankenstein. So this film is going to be great, right? No, but seriously, the writer and director of this film have done really good work in the past. The writer, Max Landis, also wrote Chronicle, a movie which I really like. And the director of this movie, David Ayer, also directed End of Watch and Fury, two really good movies, both featuring Michael Pena. And this movie also stars Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, both I'm a really big fan of. So I was cautiously interested in this movie because even though the director and writer have done really poor work in the past, and same with Will and Joel, and the trailer didn't look that good, I was still, kind of looking forward to it. And I know that a lot of critics have given this movie a really bad review, and I'm not sure exactly what the rating on Rotten Tomatoes is, but I'm pretty sure it's really low, like probably below 50. Um, I don't think that this film is really bad, but there are a lot of flaws. But before I get into that, I want to talk about the good of this movie first. Will Smith. Will Smith is great. He rarely have I seen him deliver a bad performance, and in this movie, I thought he did a really excellent job. Joel Edgerton as this orc, named Nick. Oh, I'm sorry. Will's character is named Daryl Ward, and Joel Edgerton plays this orc named Nick Jacoby, and Joel Edgerton does a good job. But together, they're I didn't really wasn't really into their chemistry. I felt like it could have been a lot better. I don't know. I just didn't really feel the natural flow of their conversations that they were having. But that could also be because of bad writing. The worlds that this movie features, the world that's created, and all this theme of racism and how elves are highest class, humans are middle class, and orcs are lowest class, and the society that uh, Daryl and Nick live in. I thought that that was really interesting. I actually would like to see more movies or even a TV series featuring this world, maybe by a different writer. Because I really didn't like the writing in this movie, and I don't really like Max Landis' writing in general. But but I will give credit to this film that the world does feel very real and lived in, and that the themes about racism are very well established. Also, the soundtrack is really good. And also, I like how so basically this movie is centered around the magic wands, and I like how this magic wand, which can basically grant any wish that you want. I like how it's how a lot there's a moment where a few cops get psychologically corrupted by the possibilities that they could do with this wand. And I like how they try to. There's this one scene where they try to drag Will Smith in and then kill his orc partner. I thought that that was really good. Um, Unfortunately, that's as much good things as this movie has. Like I said before, there are a lot of flaws, and one I mentioned already, the script. It's really bad. Just the dialogue is really awful. It like some. I will give David Ayer, the director, credit that he does try to make the dialogue seem more natural, but unfortunately, it's not. There's just way too much exposition, and the pacing is just really awkward. Um, the movie does get a little better towards the second act, but its first and third act are really weak. Um, the beginning of the movie, where they set up this world, while necessary, it is really slow. There are a lot of dumb moments spread throughout this entire movie. Ike Barinholtz, whom you may know from Suicide Squad and the Mindy Project, his performance in this movie is just really, really bad. Also, something about this movie, I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but I felt like this movie didn't need a TV mature rating. Like I felt like a lot of the cursing, nudity, and violence felt excessive. Like I feel like the movie would have been the same, if not better, possibly with a TV 14 rating instead of a TV mature rating. There is a scene in the precinct where everybody's laughing at Nick walking by, and the reason why they're laughing at him is because he has a "kick me" sign on his back, and I just felt like that scene could have been better, and we could have felt more bad for Nick if it wasn't such a humorous moment, and if they got rid of the "kick me" sign. I don't know. There is also a scene in this movie with these two internal affairs officials, and that scene was not necessarily pointless, but I don't know. I just felt like it slowed the movie down, and the internal affairs guys are such jerks. Actually, something about this movie is that a lot of the characters in the movies are jerks, and you automatically like aren't on their side. And I was something interesting that this movie could have had that unfortunately didn't is that it could have had this movie could have been where there's all these rifts between not just these races but like all the races and the internal affairs guys, but no one is really wrong. Like everyone is right and everyone is wrong. Like I like stories like that where you don't really know whose side to be on, but in this movie you're clearly on Will Smith's side. um, and speaking of Will Smith, his character Daryl, I really didn't care about him at all. The only character I do kind of care about is Nick, played by Joel Edgerton. I thought that he wasn't like really well fleshed out, but I did care about him the most, and I did feel really bad about him in a few scenes. His character they do kind of run out of things to do with him in the third act, but overall, I thought that Nick was fine and Joel Edgerton did a decent job. The action was really good. It was filmed well, but it was also really slow. Like I'm surprised, like the action it feels so slow, and I was really like surprised by that because usually David Ayer has really fast action, and that's something that I like about this movies is that the action is usually very fast, but not in this movie. So overall, I really didn't like this movie, and I probably would not recommend it to anyone who wants to see this movie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could see like somebody really enjoying this movie and having a lot of fun, but me personally, I didn't. There are a lot of good moments, but there are also many, many bad moments, many more bad than good. And I'm going to give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. Alright, so that is my final review of 2017. I still have a few more videos planned. I'm planning on doing a top 10 best and worst shows and movies of 2017. That'll be coming out probably in the first week of January, so be on the lookout for that. I have a few other movies that I want to see that I might review. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. But for now, just expect a top 10 best and worst of 2017. All right, so thank you for sticking with me this year, even though my uploading schedule has been really inconsistent and my reviews aren't the best. I appreciate the 10 subscribers that I have. And yeah, I hope that 2017, if it hasn't been good for you, I hope that 2018 is really good for you. And I look forward to sharing more of my thoughts with you. All right, bye.